Let's make some cauliflower shawarma in the Blue Mountains, Ontario, Canada. Welcome back to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and today we are going to make cauliflower shawarma. So delicious and comforting. You are just going to love this. And all of our pantry ingredients today are from our partner Essential Organics, who carry over 600 organic products. And if you want to check them out, you can use the code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout for 10% off your first order. All right, so what we're going to start with are our spices. And I'm going to add a half a cup of vegetable broth first. And that's what's going to make it stick to our ingredients here. And we have a tablespoon of smoked paprika, a tablespoon of coriander, a half teaspoon of black pepper or cracked pepper, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of ginger powder, and a half teaspoon of turmeric. And I have 1 tablespoon of a low sodium tamari, or you could use a low sodium soy sauce, that works just as well, and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Just gonna stir those up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to add our cauliflower, and this is 1 small head of cauliflower that I broke up into bite-sized florets, just like that. Throw that in there. And 1 red onion, chopped the same, kind of into bite-sized pieces. 1 yellow potato, the same thing, cubed into bite-sized pieces. 2 cloves of garlic, minced, and then half a pound of tempeh. And if you've never had tempeh, it's kind of an acquired taste, but this is a great way to give it a try because there's so many different flavors in here that kind of mellows out the flavor of the tempeh just a little bit. So I just cut it up into the same thing, little cubes, little bite-sized pieces. So half a pound of that. And now we're just going to stir it up. You just want to get all of the vegetables well coated in the sauce, which just takes a few minutes. And then you'll want to preheat your oven to 425 degrees. And if you're enjoying the show and our recipes and you want to help us make plant-based cooking easy, follow the link in the description and become a supporting member today. It really helps us keep this show going. All right, now that we're about mixed, I'm going to grab my pan, and you'll need to get a piece of parchment paper and line the bottom of that, and we will get this transferred onto that. And before we get our shawarma cooking, we've got to check in on our sprouts. This is our sprouting kit from the Sprouting Company, and this is day 2 of our broccoli sprouts in here. So they're just getting started going. It really helps us while we're traveling so that we can stay eating healthy and get the most nutrient-dense food possible. And if you want to get yourself a kit like this, you can use the code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout and get 10% off of your kit. Okay, for this step, you're going to need some kind of baking tray. It's probably easier if you have a big cookie sheet or like a baking sheet, but we're in an Airbnb, so we just got to use whatever they have. And this was the biggest thing they have. So we're just going to spread this out, and I don't want to just pour it onto there because there's still a bunch of juice in the bottom that we're going to save for about halfway through. We'll pour it on the top. So you're just kind of dragging it out. There we go. And you want to spread it out pretty evenly. Just like that. All right, and then your oven should be at 425, and we're going to put it in for 25 minutes. And about halfway through, if you have liquid left in the bowl, you can just spread it over the top of this, so it just has a little bit more juice to it. There's no denying the plant-based diet is a nutrient powerhouse, but did you know there are a handful of hard-to-get nutrients even well-crafted diets are often lacking?
The latest research suggests that complementing your diet with a few specific vitamins, minerals, and omega-3s will help boost your energy and keep you thriving for the long term. That's why my daily health routine includes Complement Essential. Complement Essential contains the 8 critical nutrients lacking from most plant-based diets in dosages optimized specifically for us. As a special discount for our viewers, just use code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout to save 15% off of your order.
Okay, our shawarma is done. If you want to come in for a closer look, it is smelling delicious. All right, I will meet you at the table for a taste, and I'll show you how we like to eat it. Okay, so how we like to eat ours is we put a little bit of hummus on the bottom. It's kind of the bed. And this is our hummus recipe, and we'll give you a link in the description to that recipe. Okay. Then we'll put some of our shawarma on top of that. Make sure I got a little bit of everything in there. And then we'll top it with some of our broccoli sprouts. Of course, you got to get those broccoli sprouts in every meal if you can. All right, now for a taste. That mixture, full of flavor and kind of smoky. And then over the hummus, which is a little bit lemony, a little bit tart. So satisfying. You're gonna love it. Come on back next week for another great recipe.